Hello, everyone. This is Joey Barnett. And for Chapter 13's topic on leadership, I decided a book that I would read was The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. Give me just a second. So what is this about? This essentially is a book that is trying to give people a guideline on how to be better effectively with not only their personal life, but also their professional life. And it's obviously broken down into 7 different habits. And each of them have their own chapter and in-depth detail as to what exactly you should do to better yourself, not only as a person, but as a professional. But for the sake of the class and this presentation, there were only really 2 main traits that stood out to me that I saw that drew parallels to chapter 13. So the traits are be proactive and begin with the end in mind. So with being proactive, the author Stephen Covey is trying to explain that people need to be more proactive with their lives instead of reactive. Reactive people, they think that they cannot do something because it's, quote, just who they are. But Covey explains that this type of mentality is a very poor one to have, and one that is hard to escape once you start to believe in it. Whereas proactive people are much more likely to recognize that they are responsible, or as he puts in the book, response able. It's like the word response and then a hyphen and then able. And he defines this as the ability to choose how you will respond to certain situations. Now, this relates to Chapter 13's concept of empowering leadership. Empowering leadership is when a leader is able to create perceptions of psychological empowerment in others. Usually people feel better about themselves when they know that they're structure and control, and in turn, they'll have a higher work ethic. And then the next habit is beginning with the end in mind. This is essentially telling people that before you do anything with yourself or you do anything in general, you need to have a detailed plan on how to get to that point. He uses a really good example in the book. The example he uses is building a home. Before you even put in the first nail, you have to measure everything out twice. You have to have intricate blueprints about where everything's going to go, so that there's no improvising or anything like that when the house is actually being built. It's just literally following the steps. Now, there's not really a lot of, outside of these 2 traits, there's not really a lot of parallels to the book. And there's really not a lot of stuff that outright disagrees with the book. It's more of stuff that they're like parallels almost. Like there's a lot of stuff in the book that draws parallels to what we read in the textbook, but there's nothing really that's like explicitly like word for word exactly what is in the textbook. But there, as you can see from the 2 traits I talked about, there are definitely parallels. And how do I apply it to my life? I would say I need to become a better time manager, and I feel like that has a lot to do with the beginning with the end in mind. Well, both of these really have to do with becoming better with time management and beginning with the end in mind. It's just really always been a problem with me. I kind of like a go with the flow sort of guy. So, yeah, highly recommend this book though. Really good read. It is a little lengthy. It's well over 300 pages, but if you are a type of person who likes self-help books, this is definitely one of the better ones, if not best ones out there. Alrighty, stay safe, y'all. Stay healthy.